Well, I figured I'd return to Pokemon Crystal for a mono flying run. Have to admit, I kind of wish I could get some use out of Noctowl in this run. After all, I didn't use it in the last flying run. The point is to use a few different flyers this time around, but Noctowl is such garbage. It's just hard to get your mind around it. Like, its special attack stat's outdone by Manatine, you know, the giant devil stingray, by like 4 points. I mean, it's not a major upgrade, obviously, but at least that gets access to water moves like Surf, and you can give it Ice Beam in this game, you know, in the post-game content by paying, you know, 4,000 coins. So at least it gets access to 2, you know, decent special attack moves. Noctowl, on the other hand, gets access to Confusion at level 41 if you evolve it into Noctowl as soon as possible, 34 if you leave it a Hoot Hoot, if I remember correctly, with a base 50 power, so it's outdone by Surf on power, and Manatine gets stabbed with that, so it gets a 50% bonus. Hoot Hoot is not a psychic type. It does not get a bonus on its special attack moves, none of them. And its other special attack it learns is Dream Eater at level 57 if you evolve it, 48 if you leave it a Hoot Hoot, if I remember correctly in this game. So yes, it doesn't learn any special attacks until way late. And by the time it learns them, you're like, I can get, you know, much better options through, you know, Pharaoh with, you know, Drill Peck or something to do with, like, Gengar and just, you know, punch my way through. Instead of trying, you know, exploit, you know, its weaknesses. Like, it's just insane. And yeah, Hoot Hoot does get access to Faint through breeding, but so do a lot of other flying types because they can get through Murkrow. I mean, that's how Hoot Hoot gets it. Like, it's hard to explain how much I hate the fact that Hoot Hoot / Noctowl are just complete trash in this game, because I'm like, I wish I could find use for them, but Hoot Hoot learns Reflect, and like, oh joy, learns at level 25, the same time, you know, Ledion learns Safeguard, Reflect, and Light Screen, which covers all 3 of those roles, you know, you might want for a Baton Passer, you know, if you just want to set up a defensive line for a weaker monster, you know, so you can switch it in. You know, for a more power hitter, like Pharaoh or something. Like, Noctowl can't even do that. Like, I wish I had some positive things to say about it. I really do. Like, if you see me use it at all, it's gonna be maybe against the first gym leader, if just to give it, you know, a little recognition as a flying type in this game. And that's just going to be put into the side and forgotten about because I'm like, there's just so much better options. Like, I can pick up a Sparrow, you know, outside of Azalea Town, so I can get access to something with Peck that's going to have more attack strength to push its way through Scyther anyway. And with a better attack stat. Just damn, man. Well, I don't know. I guess we'll just go with a generic name for a change, because I don't really want to think about it. Yeah, we're just going to go with Fiona, why not? Yes, tough challenges, wondering what on earth can a Hoot Hoot do? Not much. Not much at all. I mean, there's other garbage flying types I could pick on, like Pidgey, but I guess that's the problem with Hoot Hoot. You pick it up so early, developers just decide to make it crap. It's not fair. Because it's an owl. It should be awesome. Because it's meant to be wise. Plus, you know, my first shiny Pokemon I ever saw was a shiny Noctowl on the lake, on my way to the Lake of Rage. Of course, I had no Pokeballs at the time, so I had to knock it out. Which sucked, because I never saw another one the entire time I played that game before I gave up on it and reset. You know, to start a new file, because, you know, I do that eventually. No, it's not Sunday when I started this. It's Wednesday. Yeah. Yeah, it probably is, but I don't care, because Daylight Savings Time should not exist. How about that, game? It's antiquated and no longer useful. Yeah, I know they're stored in memory. I just don't care to call anybody. Like, ever. Well, no. Suppose we should go talk to Professor Elm here. Yes, a favor. Wondering if you could help me with it, Fiona. You see, I'm writing a paper that I want to present at a conference. There's some things I don't quite understand yet. So, I'd like you to raise a Pokemon that I recently caught. Okay. You're a great help. When I announce my findings, I'm sure we'll delve a bit deeper into the many mysteries of Pokemon. Yes, count on it, though I don't know how to make this game really harder on myself. I mean, the best option would be to take Chikorita, I guess? Because that means... Not Chikorita, I'm sorry, Cyndaquil, because he'd at least have access to Feraligatr, but... that wouldn't really be much of a threat to us anyway, because, you know... like, Feraligatr's not gonna know Ice Punch in this game. It's just gonna get water moves. Like, if the player was using it, they would definitely give it Ice Punch to help out, you know, with dealing with Lance or something. Our rival's not usually as smart as that. Well, I guess in that case I can just take whatever I want, so... I guess we can just grab a Totodile, right? Pretty sure I can learn Cut and Surf, so... it'll come in handy for a bit. And it's not like Cyndaquil's at a disadvantage against flying types. Sorry, Chikorita. You're always left behind. Because such a bad grass type, man. So bad. Especially this generation, like, grass types are, like, the worst type to have in your party at almost all times. Like, I honestly feel sorry for them. Like, you got a flying gym, a bug gym, an ice gym, a ghost gym where they're all also part poison. Like all those gyms, they just are all in your way. And the dragon gym, it resists grass attacks. So yeah, like if you're going grass this gen, you know, just pure typing like I've done, it's awful. Because you're basically relying on Chikorita's Body Slam. And it's got a more defensive stat build, which does not lend it to just powering your way through enemies as much. I really wish it could just, you know, just ground pound so hard everything else just gave up, you know, but it's not what Chikorita does. And I'm not usually prepared to go the long haul, because I don't like doing that. Like, it's not my style. It's why the plan is in this run to try and pick up a Doduo, you know, on the way to Elite Four and stop and do some breeding with it. So we're gonna need at least 2 of them, because I need a male and female one, oddly enough. I need a male one because I want to pass on a Tri-Attack to a Sparrow, and I need a female one because I need to breed with a Phanpy of all things to get Flail. Because I figure, you know, there's one thing your Doduo could be good at, it'd be flailing, because it has rather crappy defenses. If we're being generous, you know, it's basically a Fearow on steroids, because it has higher attacking speed, but gave up on defense even more. It's just like, I break easily, so... you know, a few hits, I'll be good to throw around some decently powerful flails, you know? Which at least are normal attacks, so I can get a stab bonus with them. Which is better than I can say for the Gyarados, so we'll probably be using that red Gyarados anyway, because let's face it, it's basically handed right to us on a silver platter, and it's amazing, because it has Thrash on it, and Flail, which it really shouldn't have. Like, it should not have both moves. It's literally impossible, because Magikarp doesn't learn Flail until level 30, and you have to catch a Gyarados to have one with Thrash on it. So it has an impossible moveset, which is amazing. It's why I love it so much. And yeah, I realize, you know, that Gyarados is kind of OP, which is why I want it again. Plus, you know, at least gives us a shiny in the party, even if it's not, maybe the appropriate colored shiny, but I still want it because it's shiny. It's always nice to see that little animation when you first throw out your Pokeball. And we'll definitely be back here to catch a Caterpie, because I'm guessing that's what we're going to end up relying on to take down, the first gym leader. To be honest, we're probably going to end up using Butterfree. And just try and use a Sleep Powder and Harden as our setup moves, and then just pound our way through, but we can't catch Caterpie just yet. Oh yeah, it's early in the morning, so I can try and catch some Ladybot too, which I'll probably also pick up. I mean, let's face it, Ladybot's got some uses. I mean, it's not going to be an offensive powerhouse, but I think I can make use of its defensive abilities. Damn, both Pokemon I'm looking for, but I don't have any balls yet. I was saving that for later. Hopefully I'll be as lucky, you know, when we get back here. And who is that over there anyway? Oh, Professor Oak, yeah. How could I forget? I really don't care about that daycare service just yet. We're not there yet, but when we get there, we're definitely going to be using it quite a bit this run. Albeit rather late, but, you know, I guess that does mean we'll at least have to, you know, re-raise our Pokemon for the Elite Four. Which, admittedly, is going to be time-consuming. Hopefully it'll be a price that's well worth it. Yeah, seriously, who names themselves Mr. Pokemon? Like, does he come from a long line of people named Pokemon? And why do they have that last name? Like, what were they doing? Like, that's the Pokemon family. Like seriously, what were they doing to Pokemon that they got that last name? Because that's usually where your last name comes from more often than not, you know, based on your family's job. Like, you know, you're the son of the blacksmith, so you're, you know, blacksmith or something, or the son of Smith. Oof. Like, it's usually not that creative when it comes to last names. And the more creative you try to get, the less it sounds like an actual last name. Yeah, just get going. Yeah, I am. They don't need any rest, because I didn't fight anything. I did my best to avoid fights, thank you. I didn't think this episode was going to take so long. I always forget this opening bit takes way longer than you'd expect. Because you gotta slowly walk everywhere. Well, that's kinda useless. But whatever. Oh, come on, not again. I didn't want to see another Ladybot right now. The sad part is I can't even really use a female Ladybot if I want to do any breeding purposes with them. I mean, you can breed a Ladybot with Scyther that give it Baton Pass, which does have some potential with you know, Swords Dance, you know, at least. So I could see putting a Scyther on this team with Baton Pass, which I was gonna try last time, but I just ended up relying on Scyther anyway because it just hits so amazingly hard with, you know, access to Swords Dance and Double Team and Wing Attack. Like, it just destroyed my enemies. Utterly. Its power just couldn't be denied. Though admittedly having 2 Baton Passers on the team does seem a bit crazy. Yeah, I did. You know what I'm saying? Well, I too have a good Pokemon. I'll show you what I mean. And I'm probably going to give you a terrible name, Silver. Because I really don't like you. Damn Pokemon thief. Okay, let's go with a Leer attack. Hey, you're not the only one that can mess with stats. Darn it. Hit me, damn you. Now let's leer at you again. And some more. You know, this is one Totodile that likes to leer at things. A lot. Yeah, I know, we took a lot of early damage, but I'm hoping, you know, with that, leer in play, we can try and scratch our way back to success. Though we're probably gonna see the berry activate here. Yeah. Taking advantage of the berry. But, you know, you might as well use it while you got it, right? Though why his Chikorita doesn't have a berry, I don't know. Like, it should, right? Like, he got it from the same place, why doesn't it have one? Yes, question was defeated. Ugh. Yeah, I know you're gonna be the world's greatest Pokemon wannabe. But you just get out of my way. I got a Pokemon delivering a report to file. Though we might go out of our way to catch a Pidgey and Hoodoo anyway, just to see what we can try and do with them, but I'm not expecting much. Like I said, Hoodoo's trash, you know. I wish it wasn't. I really do. But I gotta live with reality. And this reality, Hoot's absolute garbage. Yeah, apparently there's a young male with long red hair. Yeah, I did. Yeah. It was Mofo. Or Mofu, sorry. I think everyone can guess what that's short for. Yes, it was. I'm sure it will. Oh yeah, I probably should deliver that egg. Yeah, it's a Pokemon egg, man. That holds a Togepi. Which I also won't use, because even though it evolves in the Togetic, a flying type, it ends up getting the Noctowl treatment. Which means the only good move it really has to try and play around with is Metronome. And I am not going to use Metronome seriously through a run, unless it's some weird challenge run where I must battle using only Metronome or something, which would be ridiculous, but I could see someone doing that. After all, why not make the game harder by making all your moves selected random, right? Yeah, I'll make sure to use these Pokeballs to catch plenty of flying types. After all, that's my gimmick. And yeah, I know I've done this run before, but, you know, why not? I mean, I'm sure I'll get around to redoing the rock run at some point, too. Just to torture myself again. After all, it's not like rock types are, you know, gonna have a good time near the, last gym in this game. Because then you gotta go up against, you know, ice beams and surfs. It's awful. Yeah, I'll be careful. Don't worry about me. Just don't buy any useless Pokédolls. I hate those. Well, that'll do for this episode. Next time, you know, we'll make our way to the first town and maybe have a gym battle. Depends on how strong we are when we get there. Until then, see ya.